Good morning. It's beautiful here, isn't it? Every time I come, it appears more beautiful, if that's possible. Which of course it is, because it does. Let's do the time. I think it's raining today. I don't sound sure, do I? 9:17 and it's Saturday. I don't seem sure because I don't even think if it's rain, it feels sure whether it's doing something or not. Yesterday, I slept for 12 hours solid. Yes, I did. I've noticed I've been sleeping more. I have spoken about that before. I just seem to be able to fall asleep anywhere. And this morning I woke up early, probably because I had 12 hours sleep. And I came downstairs by myself. I sat and watched my stuff for a little while, just lying there. Peacefully sleeping, and then I came downstairs. I made the fire and I sat there, and for the first time I got really tearful. Yeah, I did. And all kinds of questions go through your head. Yeah. And I didn't want to be tearful in front of Mustafa, you know what I mean? Bless him. I feel more for him than for anybody, really. Yeah, I do. And it's like I don't want to make him more upset. You know, it's bad enough for him hearing me cough, cough, coughing. Yeah. Excuse me. And I feel like I'm in two very separate, I don't want to call them bodies because they don't feel like bodies. And I don't want to call them minds because it's not two different minds. What is it, Leaf? Do you know? So it's not body and it's not mind, yet it kind of affects both of them. Part of me feels so free, so released, so able to just experience this beautiful planet more than I've ever done so before. I appreciate every little sound, like that bird, every raindrop, every fallen leaf, and everything makes so much sense, you know, without the chaos and thinking about what the governments are doing, or which is all important, but there's part of me that exists in this almost surreal yet very real state of bliss, and as if I really do see paradise. I see the purpose to it all, maybe. The beauty of it all, the magnificence of it all. The incredibleness of it all. And, you know, watching my dogs, they don't know anything of chemtrails, I don't suppose, or I think they pick up a lot more than we do. Sometimes people will offer my dogs things to eat, visitors to the house. Ebby will eat anything, but Honey's very picky, yet Ebby will be very fussy with water. She seems to know what water's come from the tap and what water has come from the purifier. And she'd rather go and drink from a muddy puddle than she would water from our tap. So I think animals pay more attention to their senses than we do. But then again, I've always thought that part of the big overall plan was to dull down our senses so that we become senseless and do senseless things. And this side of me just watches the animals and the birds and the trees and the falling leaves and even the flames from the fire. And it's almost like you're existing in heaven, I guess. And then there's this other part of me, which is kind of not understanding, I think. It's all the pointless questions that you kind of ask yourself, because you might not want to buy into it, and you may want to be I don't know, kind of, well, I'll do this and I'll do that and everything. But this other side, this peaceful, blissful side, it's almost like, just don't worry, you're wrapped in love. You don't need to ask any questions. You don't need to rant and rave and cry and scream. You just fall into the grace, I guess. Yeah, the grace. Yeah. Let's go and walk through this beautiful grass. As I'm walking, oh look, I just love these dewdrops, aren't they beautiful? Everything just glimmers and shines. I feel just so lucky that I'm able to connect with the planet in this way. Anyway, enough of that. I don't want to be here kind of depressing people. No, that's not what I want. I want to be really positive and I suppose be inspirational to people. But then with that comes honesty. Inspiration should always be honest. Otherwise it's not inspiration at all, is it? So I guess, if I'm going to do this properly, I need to go through it properly. I need to let the emotions out. I need to, if I want to shout, I need to shout. I need to shout and say the things that are on my mind. See, I said on my mind, then not my usual thing, which should be, I need to get it off my chest. Anyway, I got my volcano yesterday. Oh, I rang the man that I ordered it from, the company that I ordered it from. I had such a lovely conversation with the man on the end of the phone. He said, you know, you have the Porsche of all vaporizers. And we had a little chat and he was lovely. And he had heard of people using it for, you know, chest problems, which is good. And apparently I can do all different kinds of leaves and things. So I'm going to do some research into that. But yes, we did it with just some cannabis leaves, because we're all out of cannabis, guys. Yeah, there's a bit of a drought on in Coventry, so I haven't got any. Look at that tree over there, it's gorgeous. You're gorgeous. Yes, you are. So we did have leaves because sometimes I get gifted some by this person. So we put the leaves in and we did everything as instructed. And I have to say, goodness alone knows what it would be like with a bud. Because with just the leaves, it was totally different to smoking. Totally different. I could feel it in my lungs, you know, like sparkling, and it makes you take deep breaths, as deep as you can. And I could feel it, and I visualised it, you know, going into my lungs and cleansing and clearing. And the feeling afterwards was just like, I almost want to say euphoric, because that is how it felt, like euphoric, strangely, and just blissful. Yeah, it was lovely. So I'm very, very pleased with that. And I didn't have another smoke, as in with tobacco and inhaling that way, for the rest of the day. So I figure that's all good news. Come on, girls. So I would definitely recommend one. Yeah, fantastic. I mean, the fact I slept for 12 hours as well. And of course my healing takes place when I'm sleeping. So it's good. Oh look, someone's cut wood. How beautiful. It's a pity it's not nearer the entrance, because I could use all of that. Yes, I could. We'll go this way. Come on then, girlies. And there apparently are so many things that you can vaporise. So I'm very excited by that. I don't have any stress really. It's almost as if you see everything in such greater clarity. You know, what matters, what doesn't matter. What are you paying your attention to? Does it really matter if you can't get, I don't know, a hairdressing appointment for 2 weeks? None of it matters, honestly. It's just that sense of totally letting go and just saying, you know, where you lead, I will follow. Life, eh? Beautiful leaves falling down. And it's great to think that I am contributing to the creation of the next layer of Earth. My energy, the exchange that I'm doing with the planet now is amazing. And then the other thing I was thinking about was this. You know, they say I've got a lung score of 86, however they measure that. For a woman, my lungs are like that of a woman aged 86. Well, that's fine, but where does the end number go? I mean, does this woman go on to live till she's 130? Or what do they base it on? Is it the round age of 100? You know, it's kind of crazy, really, isn't it? But my my talk with the nurse made me realise that, you know, I have other symptoms, which I knew about. I thought I was getting Alzheimer's, to be honest. And you know, if I believe her, then my future is limited, severely limited. 2 years. Strange, isn't it? I kind of thought she'd say 10 years. I don't know why I thought that. It's like when I asked Sue, when Sue went in for her consultation over her cancer, you know, and they told her 6 months. And when we came out, I said, you know, was she expecting that? Was she shocked by that? And she said no, she thought it would be 3 months. Well, I kind of thought they'd say 10 years, to be honest. But I'm ever the optimist. That's what everybody says. I'm a bit of a Pollyanna. And it's hard to get that number out your head now, 2 years. Do you know what I mean? 2 years. But, you know, whether it's 2 years or 10 years or, you know, it happens round the next corner, it doesn't matter, because once you let go of, when I'm in that other reality, that reality of connection with the animals and understanding that the animals are just enjoying every single moment. There's no fear of what's around the corner. There's no worry, there's no stress. They're just out using their senses and taking absolutely everything in. When I'm in that kind of place, I really don't care. In fact, I feel relieved almost. And I do feel relieved on other levels as well, because I suppose I wasn't really being me, in that I was hiding a lot of stuff from people, if you know what I mean. Even though those people now say that I wasn't hiding it at all, they could see through that. I think as far as my family go, the trip to the waterfall in Wales really showed more than I could ever have said, or any bloody spirography thing could outline, because I would have been the first one up there, and I would have got up there so quickly. And yeah, anyway. You see, now the thing is, I don't want to make these depressing videos, because I don't feel depressed at all. I feel, well, it depends which position my mind is in, if you know what I mean. Girls, I think we'll go back this way. Yeah, because I need to get home. I'm seeing my mum today. And I mean, even that, I think, you know, to be able to be with my mum and talk to my mum and she understands, it's great. We've got our own little support group. Yeah. But I think what it has taught me so far is, you know, to really, really take time to experience this planet and to watch animals and birds and trees and leaves and flowers and rain and wind, because it's incredible, really. Do you know, it is so incredible. I never realised, I always believed that I paid attention to this paradise, but I really did see it more like Botland, you know, an open prison. But now I see we imprison ourselves. We imprison ourselves because we don't see what's really here. We focus on the things that are shoved right in front of our nose to distract us. And, you know, it's like I'm not worrying about next year, 10 years, 5 years. None of it. You know, I need to go and do this, I need to go and do that. It is allowing me to be. Do you know what I mean? It's allowing me to actually be and experience and see and smell and hear and touch and feel and eat and taste in a way that I have never done before, even though I feel I pay quite a lot of attention. You know, in truth, I think if 10% of our time is paying attention to paradise, you know, you're doing well. But there is this kind of feeling of just total release. It's, you know, I remember the Sedona method. Let it go. Let it go. I found out about that, I don't know, about 5 years ago, maybe before that, before I wrote my book. You know, and this whole letting go thing. The thing is, it's easy to say let it go. But to experience that is totally different, because the weight, the pressure, the stress, all the things that you don't even realise weigh you down terribly. And it's hard to let them go. You think you have, you know, let it go, and kind of say, there, I've let it go. But this is almost like a weightlessness, you know. There is no weight, there is no pressure, not on your mind, not on your body, your knees, your hips, your heart. No, there's no pressure. You just feel light. And like this paradise was created just for you. So go on out and appreciate it, because that's how I feel. That is how I feel. And it may seem from this video that I'm kind of, oh, she's given in, or she's whatever. It's not about giving in. It's not about fighting it. It's about acceptance. Acceptance that you're here right now, in this moment. And when we said the other day in the video about what would you do, 10 years left, well, what if we cut it to 5? When it comes down to it, guys, every single moment you have got is valuable. Every single moment there is an opportunity to experience something. You know, whether that's to hear something, to see something magnificent, to smell the most beautiful scent, say of a damask rose or some lavender. You know, there's the opportunities are there in front of us all the time, but it's like we're wearing spacesuits. We cover ourselves, our feet, our hands, every part of our body, and we miss out on so much. But it's all here for us. And this, honestly, has freed me in a way I can't believe. Anyway, I'm going to go now because I've got things I need to do today. And I just want to keep this as honest and real as I can. And explain how I'm feeling. I don't even see the need to fight at the moment. This is the thing. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you can fight it, you can do this, you can do that. The thing is, I'd much rather stand here and watch those leaves just blowing off the trees and doing their delightful dances to earth than I feel like fighting. And I think actually stress is a contributing factor to most illness, and we don't even give it the credit, if credit is the right word, it's due. No, we don't. So I think de-stressing is important, and this is the perfect way for me to do it. So I'm going to go now. We're back at these sticks. Honey's way over there saying, let's go this way, Mum. But Abby and I are going to go that way. So guys, keep looking up, because believe me, it is the only way to look, really. And remember to enjoy life, live it. And see if you can awaken one of your senses today. You know, just look at something magnificent, something beautiful. Or play a piece of music, or sit in the garden or the woods and listen to the birds. Or cuddle your pet and feel its heart beating. Kiss somebody and really taste the essence of who they are. Yeah. Right. So, from Honey and Abby and my feet and the fairy godmother, it's goodbye. I love you all. Bye, guys.